So this is a story of my very first ex-boyfriend, clarify things. Our relationship started when I had a crush on a boy, and my best friend, being a good best friend, wrote him a note and said, "Do you like Melissa? Yes or no? Please don't circle or." So when the response was yes, she wrote a follow-up note just to make sure. "Do you just like Melissa because she's popular?" And the line between popular and unpopular in a 7th grade class of 20 people is very fine. And I wasn't popular enough not to have a nickname of human pencil case in grade school. Because growing up with curly frizzy hair in an era before really good hair products was not easy. And so I kind of had like a fro, and people who sat behind me would put pens, pencils, erasers, paper clips, probably bottles of white out in my hair, and I wouldn't notice for the whole day because it was so puffy. So, back to my boyfriend. So we were one of the couples of 7th grade. And because we lived in different neighborhoods, our dating consisted of long talks on the phone, grade school dances, lots of slow dancing, and kissing parties held at friends' homes, whoever had the parents that were the most, I guess, aloof or didn't really notice what we were doing. And I tried to be a good girlfriend, get involved in his interests. I tried really hard to like Metallica and Anthrax, and I really didn't, but I tried really hard. And in football. I went to his football games, tried to be a good 7th grade girlfriend. So as Valentine's Day approached, and there was a party coming up at my friend's house, whose mother was kind of the most benignly neglectful, we decided, okay, our first kiss, we'll do it on Valentine's Day. And so I was really nervous, and I was like, is it going to be a French kiss, a kiss on the cheek, like just a kiss on the lips? Talked to my friends about it probably for months. And so the party came and went. We picked each other at Spin the Bottle. We spent 7 minutes in heaven, or my friend's mother's closet. Nothing happened, and that was it. But right before his mom came to pick him up, he kissed me. And it was just this blur of braces and spit and like a fuzzy upper lip. And that was it. And I wrote about it in detail in my diary that I kept in my Holly Hobbies doll's hat. But unbeknownst to me, my mom and all my sisters knew that I kept my diary in Holly Hobbies hat, so they all read about it, and a week later my mom, with a sly grin, said, "I'm so glad you turned out normal, you're my oldest, how cute, I read about your first kiss," etc. And I was mortified, of course. And so, young love, it was the spring, everything was going great. And then I had to get my hair cut, and there was some miscommunication between my mother and the hairdresser, which resulted in an even shorter, frizzier do, that no matter how much I went like this, it was just went like this. And so it was a bad haircut. And so by the time, but I still looked forward to the summer. It was going to be my first summer with a boyfriend. But the first day of summer break, he called me and he told me that he wanted to break up with me. And when I asked him why, he said, "Well, I'd like to date other people, and you're no Christy Brinkley." And so I was devastated. Like, she has long, flowing blonde hair. I mean, and I had a short, brown fro. And so, is it the 1 minute one? 1 minute. Okay. I'm good. So I was devastated. I was crying. I felt like I'd been kicked in the stomach and ready to throw up. And that day, my mom had planned for us to have a photographer come to do family portraits. I didn't even have time to wet my hair. So we now, to this day, have a family portrait of me with this horrible fro that every time a boyfriend would come to my grandmother's, or even my now husband, I would take it off the wall and hide it under the sofa. So later that summer, he sent me a postcard from Ocean City, New Jersey, and said, "Dear Melissa, I hope you're having a good summer. I haven't met anyone yet, but I still have another 2 weeks to do so. Your friend, Barry." And so eventually I recovered from that heartbreak to have other heartbreaks, to break other people's hearts. And now I have a cute husband, some cute kids, And Christy Brinkley, she looks great, but she's been divorced 4 times. Her last husband cheated on her with an 18-year-old assistant and spent thousands of dollars a month on online porn. So, and but I mean, her exes couldn't have used the line, "You're no Christy Brinkley." And